Morning, bright and early here in Sarasota, Florida. We're live on YouTube. Say hi, everybody. All right. We're here bright and early on I don't even know what today is, Tuesday morning. You know, all the days mesh together when you're busy putting the roofs on. But here we are, tearing off a shingle roof. And let me show you a little bit about what's happening here and why, we knew that this customer needed a new shingle roof. Because when you see, if you ever pull up to a roof and you look from the ground, they all look good, right? I mean, everything looks like it's okay. You don't see any damage up here. I mean, it looks like, hey, why would I need a new roof? Like if you look at that one over there, it looks perfect from here, right? But when you get really up close, there's some things that you need to pay attention to. So I want you to look at all these fibers that you see hanging out the end of the shingle here. Okay, see this? This isn't good. This is the fiberglass mat that the shingle's made out of. So when you pull up to your house and you look and you see the end of the shingles have all this white glistening material on it, that's the fiberglass. And what happens is over time, all the granulars here, granules, they deteriorate. The sun bakes it, the tar deteriorates, and they start to come out of the tar, exposing all the material that's underneath. The other thing that happens is on the back of a shingle, let me show you here. So on the back of the shingle, there's actually also tar. So, this is the back of the shingle, and there's some tar that's put on the shingle. So when it's installed, it adheres to the shingle that's above it. Now that tar starts to break down, and over time you can see that the bond just isn't there anymore. Well, these are all pretty bonded up, but they do get brittle, and the bond does break. When the wind blows, it'll lift up a corner. It'll start to crease the shingle like this. It'll actually sometimes blow it off. So if you ever see shingles that are blown off your roof, that's why. It's because the tar has started to break down over time, and it's just a natural process. You get about 15 years out of a roof here in Florida that's shingle, if you're lucky. 20 years if you're really lucky. So if your roof is approaching 12, 15 years old, you really need to pay close attention to it, because what happens is when we get a hurricane here, it'll find the weakest point of the roof and start to peel it off. When that happens, you don't want to be in the house during a hurricane. So that's why we're putting 160 mile an hour shingle on this roof. Now, once we get that shingle, I have another video you're going to want to watch. It's got a lot of views. I think it has over 70,000 views now at this point. It's about our 160 mile an hour shingle that we use from Tamco. And that shingle, we love it because they put a nail strip in the actual shingle itself. So if you see this shingle, this is the nail strip that was in the shingle that was installed here, and this is where the guys nail it down. If you flip it over, you'll see it's just shingle on top of shingle is how they have it protected. In our shingle, they have a nail strip that's actually made out of a woven fiber. We also have extra heavy duty tar here, so that doesn't break down as quickly and it bonds a little bit better. So we have 160 mile an hour rated shingle we're going to put back on this house. It should last all of 20 years, but it's not actually the duration that I'm most excited about of that shingle. It is the fact that you're not going to be able to get it up like this. There's so much tar on the back of that shingle. It's heavy. It's heavier than any normal shingle that you're going to see on the market. And that's because the tar content and the extra fiber mesh that's in the shingle. That's how you can tell the real quality of a shingle, is when you feel the weight of it. So I can bring a couple samples out and show you the difference between our shingle and what we have here on site. A lot of people are shocked that this is really all there is to your roof. I mean, it literally is just a layer of shingle, a layer of underlayment, and the plywood. So if we go to the ridge over here, you can actually see right into the house. This is it. Here's the attic. Here's the rafters. That's the insulation and the wiring. So the guts of the house are totally exposed. So when a hurricane does come and it blows off a shingle, you can see how detrimental it can be, because if it gets underneath and the wind starts to, get to the plywood, and it peels off maybe the ridge and wind starts to get into the house, that's how people lose their roofs. So it's really critical to have your roof inspected. It's really critical to make sure that there's, you know, I would have my roof inspected on a annual or semi, you know, maybe biannual basis if it was over 10 years old, just to start to ensure that you don't have any nail pops and there's nothing that, you know, we can maybe repair that's going to help you retain your roof during a hurricane. So hopefully this was helpful for somebody. Subscribe to our channel. We're going to show you updates on everything we do here, including the installation. So you'll see that whole process here. Thanks, guys. God bless. Make it a great day.